Hey, Stephanie. Y'all are rolling on in here. Who do I have in here with me? Who do I have in here with me? Sup, Kanema? Hey, Visha. Y'all, it's been a day. It has been a day. This is probably gonna be my last broadcast. Have y'all ever felt like I feel like that kid that, or that person that has cried? I haven't really cried. I've shed a few. God, let me shed a few tears. They dry right on up like a 1 second tear. Oop, well, nothing else come back out. But excuse me, I'm sure like you guys have experienced like being so emotional, whether it's crying that you just like have a headache. Anybody ever like felt that way? Like that is like legitimately how I feel. I'm like, Lord, it just feels like I have just my head hurt. My head hurt. I'm like, Lord, I got home and I'm just like, forgot gotta go get dog food. I forgot about that. So I wanted to just get on here and just share a few of my thoughts that I was having right now. Still no update. My beer has not reviewed, but waiting games. The update on that is really nothing else I can do but wait and with that. And so I was here, and I was kind of the work hard. You just realize like how much you've gone through, and I'm actually gonna head on to the store. You realize, you realize like everything that you've gone through, and you kind of like are in a funk. Anybody ever felt that way? Like you just get like in a funk, and you start to feel like stuff is always happening. I can't catch a break. Those thoughts that like we sometimes have. Like this was me, maybe about a few minutes ago. And I think for the most part, a lot of times is it feels like sometimes we don't get a break, right? Sometimes it just literally feel like, God, I can't even catch my breath long enough before the circumstance or situation pulls me back under and I'm back to like fighting. And so like that was kind of like how like my thoughts. And so God responded to like what I was telling him about just how I was feeling and different things like that. And you want to know what he told me? It shocked me. He said, I understand, but what I want you to understand is that the devil can't stop what he didn't create. I'm gonna say that again. God straight up told me, I know how you feel. I get how you feel. I know that you feel like this storm is gonna take you out. There are some of y'all that right now, the things that you're dealing with, the situations, you literally feel like, you know, you literally feel like it's gonna take you out. Like you literally move frequently. This thing is gonna literally take me out. The Lord literally told me, I get how you feel. I'm aware of what the enemy has done. But do you also not know? Do you also not understand that the enemy cannot, come on, he cannot stop anything that he hasn't created? What that simply means is, although like many of us are fought, right? Everybody on here has been fought by the enemy. Everyone on here has been like opposed by the enemy in some way, shape, or form, right? But what God is saying is no matter what the enemy does to like hinder you or oppress you, there's no real harm that he can do. Like it's no real harm that he can do. I feel that way about people too. We all have experienced people, jealous people, people that want to see you struggle, people that, pray against you. They speak word curses over you. It's kind of like, like what people back in the day used to say, what you eat don't make me fat. And it's like, why don't we feel that same way about the enemy? Like, devil, you can huff and puff, but when do we ever realize that like the enemy has never been able to like knock our houses down? When? That's okay. Joy Speaks. When will we ever learn, like, no matter what the enemy does, there's really no real damage that he can do? For the most part, it's always a facade. And I know, like, sometimes when you're like recovering from like a setback, recovering from something that blindsided you, like, you can hear that and it not make you feel better, but it's reassuring. Like, I was sitting in the car, like, all down and out because I'm like, Lord, I can't catch a break. Like, how do I get so close and then boom, the bank want to pull this? Like, how? Right? Am I freezing? Am I freezing? Right? Like, how? And God straight up told me, I know, like he didn't rebuke me. And that's the thing that, like, I love about God, is that he allows us to feel the emotions that we feel. Now, don't get it twisted. He corrects us, myself included. Like, when we get out of pocket, when we get out of hand. But that's, the thing that I love about God. That's the thing I love about him, is that he said, and he allowed me to feel how I felt. He allowed me to be human. And his response was simply, in the most gentle way, I know, but the devil can't stop what he didn't create. And that's the thing about it. I knew that in that moment, what God was saying is, he didn't create your destiny. He didn't give you the promise. He didn't give you the vision. He didn't speak that word over your life. He didn't form you in your mother's womb. He didn't do any of that. And it's like, in that moment, it reminded me that, like, today has been a day where, like, I kind of gave the enemy, like, too much credit. God says I need to say that. You ever gave the devil too much credit? And it's not that you're trying to give him too much credit. It's not that, like, you trying to give him too much credit. It's not that you trying to make him be more than what he is. It's just fear begins to talk to you, right? Triggers begin to set in. And so it's like, I want to tell you guys, because I'm not, even though I'm sharing my journey, I'm sharing my faith journey, my faith walk with God. Some of y'all can glean from, like, my life story, because there are some of you guys, it may not be the same situation that I'm dealing with, but there are those of you guys that are dealing with this right now in your own way, in your own personalized way in your life, where maybe you feel like, man, I can't get a break. I'll get like a week, and sometimes I don't even get a whole week of relief. And it's like, I'll get a few days and then boom, I'm back fighting, back having to endure, back having to deal with, difficult emotions. So I'm going to tell you what God told me. The devil cannot stop what he did not create. I need somebody to type that in on the screen. The devil cannot stop what he did not create. He cannot stop God's plans for your life. He cannot stop the blessings that God wants to give you. He cannot stop the destiny that God has put on your life. In fact, we are the only people that can stop that. It depends totally on our movement. It depends totally on what we do, our faith. I need somebody to type that in. The devil cannot stop what he didn't create. And so it's like, with God telling me that, like, it was just simply God's way of saying, get a grip. Like, get a grip. Get a grip. Get a grip. Am I freezing? I don't see no comments. The devil cannot stop what he did not create. And it's just like, if God has made you a promise, just like God made me a promise, right? I didn't do any of this of my own volition. I didn't do it because I wanted to do it. I did it because God was leading me to do these things. So it's like, in situations like that, where we take leaps of faith and then the enemy attacks us. And really what it is I take a leap of faith. The devil attacks me. Now it makes me feel like I'm not going to land on my own 2 feet. Some of y'all have felt that way before. Maybe it was about relocation. And you take a leap of faith. God, okay, I'm going to relocate. Then you get to the next location. And then, something happens that jars you, that blindsides you. Now you feel like, God, it feel like now I worked up the courage to do what you asked me to do, God. And now that I've done it and this has happened, now I feel like I'm not going to land on I feel like I'm about to fall. I feel like this is about to, like, take me 6 feet under. Maybe it's a business. And you know that you heard God say, listen, quit this and do this full time. And you find yourself saying, God, I took a leap of faith and now I'm being attacked. And because I'm being attacked and I took this leap of faith, my expectations were this is going to be smooth sailing. I'm going to be rewarded immediately for taking the leap of faith. And I'm going to land on my own 2 feet, right? To take a leap of faith is already uncertain. You deal with your own set of fears, insecurities whenever God asks you to take a leap. And so what happens is a lot of times we have to build up the courage to trust God again. We have to build up the courage to actually do what God is asking us for. And then the enemy attacks. And it makes you literally feel like I'm about to fall flat on my face. Like it's not going to go well, God. And so what happens is we freak out. And in that moment of freaking out, we make the enemy to be so much bigger and badder than what he really is. And so like I appreciate God allowing me to feel how I felt. But I appreciate him all the more for getting me straight. Like, listen, you over here bent out of shape because something unexpected happened. And now you feel like you're not going to land on your own 2 feet. You feel like I'm going to leave you hanging. And so I appreciate God reminding me that, listen, the devil holds no real power. Some of y'all literally need to say that. The devil holds no real power over your marriage, over your money, over your family, over your kids, over your business. He holds no power. Do y'all understand that? I need to ask myself if I understand it, because today I didn't act like I understood the assignment. I ain't understand the assignment. And I'll be the first to tell you, today was a day Apostle T did not understand the assignment. I didn't understand the assignment. I didn't. I ain't understand the assignment. The devil holds no real power. And that was why God asked me, what does faith look like? What were you doing before this happened? What were you doing before this happened? That was why. That was why. That was why. Because he was correcting my perspective. This is just the devil doing what he doing. Stay focused. Remember, he can't stop anything I want to do in your life. And the question that we have to ask ourselves is, when has the devil ever got to win? When has he ever got to win in against God? When has the devil's ways ever prevailed against God? Never. So why do we be feeling like it's going like he gonna start prevailing with us? That was how I felt today. Like I feel like the devil's prevailing over me. That's how I felt. But then it goes back to what God has been speaking this week. Check his resume. Check his resume. Check his resume. Check his resume. And for those people that watch these broadcasts, and God says, I need to say this. For those people that watch these broadcasts and you speak against, what God is doing in my life, or you judge me, or you condemn me, right? Or you spectate, or you have an ill heart towards me, be careful. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful. God says I need to say that, like, be careful. He says I need to say that again for the people that get on these broadcasts, that spectate, that have an ill heart, ill intent towards me, that speak word curses, that God sees you. You don't have to say it for him to see it. Those of y'all that just watch from the inside, from the outside in, be careful with that. Be careful with that. Because I'm not going to give up on God. And he ain't going to give up on me. So be careful. So that's what I had to tell y'all. I need somebody to type it in on the screen. The devil holds no power. And I shouldn't have to keep telling y'all to type it in on the screen. I shouldn't have to. That should be something that is automatically done. Granted, you are not busy. Granted, your haps is not tripping. I shouldn't have to keep saying the same thing. God shouldn't have to be reminding people to say the same, to actually engage. The devil holds no power. None. I don't know why I'm here to tell you this, Kanema. Tithe. 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 And tithe to the place that needs it the most. Tithe to the place that needs it the most. Tithe. God says, tell you that again. Tithe. So listen, that's it. That's it. That's what I heard, Kaneem. I heard tithe. Tithe. And so that's it, y'all. The devil holds no power. Blessings to you, Natasha. He holds no power. And so today I had a slip up. Like, I'm not perfect. My faith isn't perfect, but it is consistent. I'm gonna say that again. My faith is not perfect, but it is consistent. I'll say it again. My faith ain't perfect, but it is consistent. I consistently choose God, and you should too. I consistently choose God, and you should too. And so that's it right now. That's it for right now. At this point, again, I'm just waiting on the bank. And my mindset at this point is it has to be done. You know, it has to be done, and it has to be done in a timely manner. Not another month, not no 2 months, it has to be done in a timely manner. And so that's just it. So now I wait. Now I wait. I wait for good news and, whatever else they need. And for the most part, y'all, that's it. That's all I can do. Was it a blow today? The emotional me would have said, yeah. But now that I realize like what God is saying, was it a blow today? Not really. Because everything always plays out the way that God needs it to play out. The thing is, we don't be liking how God wants it to play out sometimes. Like that was me. I didn't like it the way that you got this playing out, God. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. I know that this is how you want it, but I don't like it. Y'all can act like y'all be liking how God's way be taking you all the time. It's not always like pleasurable. Sometimes it feel like a whole roller coaster. Like, God, why you got me doing it this way? Why? Why you got me doing it this way? And it's not always fun. But he does what he does, and he takes us the way that he takes us for a reason. I don't yet know what my reason is for why God is taking the process this way. But all I can do at this point is trust him. All I can do is trust him and amend my tax returns. I'm not sure how long that takes, how long it'll take for me to actually print the amended tax return on TurboTax, but I'm sure gonna try. That's all I can do. I have not seen that. You gotta send it to me. That's all we can do. And so I say that to say, keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. So that's it. That's it. I have not seen it. Somebody send it to me. Somebody send it to me. Somebody send it to me. I definitely need it. And so that's where I am right now. I'm still feeling like, God, I'm ready to go home and lay down. Like, I don't want to do nothing else. Like, I don't want to do nothing else. But I also know that, like, faith for me looks like you continue to pack. You continue to clean. You continue to do what you were going to do. This weekend, like, had that not happened, like, you continue doing, like, what you need to do. And so that's kind of like where my mindset is on things, is just focusing on doing what I need to do, so that I can get, you know, to where God is taking me. And so that's it. That is it. And so if you can receive, if you gotten anything from this, has anybody gotten anything from this? Sometimes I don't really know the extent of like how my life blesses those of you guys, I really don't sometimes. And so if this has blessed you, if you've been able to glean anything from this, can you just simply tell God thank you? Can you just simply tell God thank you? Can you just simply tell God thank you? Sometimes I really don't know the extent of like what like me sharing my story, like sometimes, and that's just me being transparent. Like sometimes I really don't. Sometimes I do feel like, God, people just be watching this because it's entertaining to them, you know? And so that's it. I pray that you guys are being able to glean something from my own story. I pray that it's helping you, to a certain degree, get to like where you're trying to go in life. And so that's it. To those of you guys that feel led to sow, you can sow, whether you sow in a seed of honor or whatever the case may be, but you can sow to PayPal or the Cash App. If you don't feel led to sow, ain't nobody putting a gun to your head to make you sow. Ain't nobody doing any of that. Right now, I did put gas in my car. I was able to pay my trainer. Right now, I just need gas food. I need like soft dog food for my home. That's it. I ate earlier. At this point, y'all, God knows I don't want nothing else to eat. I don't want to eat. I don't want to snack. I want to just chill and do nothing. And so right now, my goal, I want to say dog food is like $2. That's so I only get one can. Don't ask me why I get one can at a time. That's just how I do. But I want to say $2 is like the goal of what I would need um to get that. And so that is my goal right now. Can somebody type that in on the screen for me? Can someone type that in on the screen? Can someone type that in on the screen? And so if you're able to sow towards that goal, can you just put a 1 on the screen? I'm literally at the store right now, because I did not want to sorry y'all. I did not want to do the broadcast and then drive. I feel like I've been out and about literally all day. And so again, if you're able to sow towards that goal, can you just simply put a 1 on the screen? Am I freezing? Can someone let me know if I'm freezing? Because I don't see any comments. Okay. So only one of you needs to sow. If you still feel led to sow, whoever does, if you both feel led to sow, you can sow. But that's where the money's going. It's just going to dog food. I'm literally at Kroger. You can see the little K. I'm at Kroger. I'm literally at Kroger. So I'm being transparent about where I am. And so whatever's left over tomorrow will probably just go towards getting me something to eat. But tonight I'm one and done with eating. I'm good on it. I don't want nothing else. I'm fine. And so that's it. And so that is it, you guys. I love you guys. I'm rooting for you. And so till next time, y'all.